Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple necklace, right? The materials I'll be using is gemstone beads, a stopper, hooks and eye, a bent nose, and a cutter, and of course a scissors. Oh yes, I forgot my fishing line as well, very important. So we're going to be making a very simple necklace. So the first thing you do is to pull out your fishing line, right? And then next stop, you insert your stopper. I'm starting with this first so as to secure my beads from falling off. You can decide that you want to string your bead first before, putting your hooks or your claps, right? But I'm starting with the hooks first. So go ahead and put your stopper. I normally would use 2 stopper just to, be on a safer side. So put 2 stopper inside the fishing line, right? After you have done that, get your hook. Put the fishing line into the hole, the small hole in the hook. Turn the fishing line around and then insert it back into the stoppers, right? That way you should have a loop. That way once you're done, right? You should have something like this. If not, it means that you're not getting it right, so you have to try it again. You should have something like this. Now this way, when you string your beads are secured and they won't just be falling off, right? Next, pull the wire again, or the fishing line. I usually will call it wire. So pull it out a little bit more to your desired length, right? Depending on the length of the necklace that you want to make. So you pull out enough fishing line. So you begin to string your beads until you have gotten your desired length. Now that I've gotten my desired length, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I did at the starting of the beads, right? I'm going to insert my stopper so that I can have a balanced hook. I'm going to do the same. Put 2 stopper. Don't forget, when you're making beads, it has to be balanced. Whatever you do on the right, it has to be done on the left. So I used 2 stopper when I was starting. I have to use 2 stopper at the left again. So put the 2 stoppers, insert it in the hole, the second part of your hook. One thing that I do to have a fine finishing, to have a neat finishing, is that once I'm done passing the stopper into the hook and eye, I go ahead and pass the fishing line into 2 or 1 beads, right? So that when I cut, it is very fine. In fact, nobody's going to notice that something happened at this ending part. So once you're done doing that, you can see that I did that for the 2 sides. Pass the remaining fishing line into the bead, the first bead that is close to your hook. Pass it in and then go ahead and press. I'm using my bent nose to press the stopper. You can as well use your flat nose to press. Anyone works. Go ahead and cut after doing that, and you're going to have a very nice looking necklace. So we're going to be making another necklace with silver accessories. These gemstones, you can see that they are a bit different from the first one we made, right? This one is, more whitish. Now, knowing what accessories to use with what beads is very, very important. You don't use gold accessories for something that you should have used silver accessories for, right? You need to be detailed. You need to pay attention, right? So you're going to do the same thing we did for the first one. Pass your fishing line into the stopper, right? Pass it into your hook and your eye just to secure your beads from falling off. Then pull out the fishing line to your desired length, and then you go ahead and begin to string the beads. Now this particular necklace is a bit different. I'm going to be adding some silver balls in between, just to take it from being plain to something more extra. Now, putting accessories in your beads requires some techniques. It requires your creativity, basically. So after stringing some beads into the fishing line, right, then I start to insert the silver balls. Now you can do this anyhow, you can do this in any way. So what I did is that I put one silver ball, two beads, one silver ball, two beads. There has to be consistency. If that is what you want to do, then you have to continue that way. You can decide that you want to do two silver balls, one bead, or two silver balls, three beads, whatever it is. Again, like I said, making beads requires your creativity. Now that I have done this, so I begin to insert my balls and the beads in sequence. It has to be balanced. It has to be the same, right? So begin to string your beads. You can notice that I have to count at some point. This is very important. You don't just assume that, oh, it is the same. You have to count, you have to pay attention. Now I am satisfied with the accessories that I have put in between the beads. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue how I started, just inserting the beads, just beads without the accessories. Again, like I said, whatever you do on the right has to be done on the left. It has to be balanced. There has to be a sequence. There has to be consistency. All right, so pay attention when you're making your beads. Don't forget to always pass your fishing line into the first or the second bead that is close to the hook, just so you have a very neat finishing. Do that on the left and on the right. And there you have it. Two beautiful, simple necklaces. Slight difference, but they are both looking very beautiful. Alright, that's it for day 4. Make sure you do your assignments, and I'll see you in the next video.